of realities.
Good afternoon.
So
This is Adam Sturch broadcasting from the Mushroom Mansion, Taos, New Mexico, working on oil painting as of yet untitled. I mixed up some Prussian blue and some magenta into a nice liquidy, translucent glaze and some bright yellow. So I'm going to start with that after I gesso down a little bit of mineral spirits.
We have an assembly mind mentality. What we're interested in is that things run smoothly. One can imagine a completely different mentality that cared nothing for statistical norms and only pursued the miraculous. I mean, India, in a way, is that society. They don't give a hoot for, how it works on the humdrum level, but the alien, the peculiar, the other, the unexpected is revered, adored even. So these kinds of cultural values shift, but now, we are in a global culture with the combined understandings of 500, 600, 700 language groups and half that many literatures being poured into a global database where some people are assimilating enough of this to begin to play their part in the creation of a kind of global meta-program for language. And I think it's interesting to talk about the form that this may take, because I see this as our, this is not our salvation, but this is the angel of our salvation. If we can transform and remake language, then we can have the conversation that we must have in order to save ourselves. But we cannot save ourselves until we have a language adequate to the problem that we're facing. And English just won't do it, because English is a language of subject-object opposition. It's a language of a past, present, and future, and the kind of world we're living in is not that kind of world. Now, toiling in the background, misunderstood and unnoticed for centuries, have been mathematicians laboring to create what they call meta-languages of description that seem to them very satisfying, to the rest of us very bewildering. A question worth asking is, why is it that this language, mathematics, which we have so much trouble understanding, seems so tremendously powerful when it comes to the description of nature? This is not a trivial question. Why should numbers, in a sense the most abstract quintessence of the human mind, have anything whatsoever to say about the topology of three-dimensional space and time? It isn't clear. What I believe is happening, and we talked about this last night, generally in the form of a conservation of novelty throughout the history of the universe. But I tended last night to present the universe as a material thing. I spoke of atoms compressing into molecules, into organic creatures, into thinking beings with civilizations and so forth. But another way to think of this is a kind of take a spiritual X-ray of the material universe and then say, if matter is merely the vehicle of the transformations that we call the life of the universe, well then what is the inner dynamic composed of? What is it that is striving? What is it that bootstraps itself forward? What is it that self-reflects? Well, I think what it is it's actually information. Information is some kind of ontological modality that is capable of organizing any system in which it inhabits into self-reflection. So you pour information into matter and you get back DNA capable of making life. But there is a persistent spiritual tradition backed up by psychedelic and shamanic experience that says that there are also hierarchies of
Wow, that took 4 minutes, but that's about all I can do with it at the moment because it's so wet. If I put any other color onto it to start blending that purple out, or to start developing it anymore, it'll just eat it. That's pretty thick pigment, so that might be it for the moment. That's an interesting start. I don't know where it's going or what it's going to be. I might come up with a title before I post the progress movie. This little 5-minute clip here. So that's it for the moment. Thank you for watching. That's Adam Thurs broadcasting from the Mushroom Mansion, Taos, New Mexico, working on oil painting as of yet unknown. Alright, I'm going to take it off the tripod and walk it down here because it's got some pretty interesting things happening already, which is why I'm stopping it so early.
That information is the thing which uses matter,
There we go.
uses light, uses spirit, uses whatever it can put its hands on to organize itself into higher and higher levels of
So yeah, just those loose gestural brushworks. I'm really enjoying the texture and the subtlety of the brush impressions left in the thick paint, and that bright yellow is a nice contrast to the tone. Seeing a couple of figures developing in it already, but no telling what this one's going to end up as, honestly. So this one's just going to be kind of a fun improvisational. But that's it for the moment. I think it's going to go this way. So have a nice night, Earth. I'm going to stare at this for a while.